Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for September 27th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. This pair closed up. It's moving sideways. We are looking for it to continue in that trend. However, we possibly could see it go as high as 77.45, possibly as low as 75.90. Look for some resistance around 76.95 and look for some support around 76.25. Now the Euro USD pair closed higher. We are looking for this pair overall to be moving to the downside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 137.44, possibly as low as 133.85. Look for some resistance around 136.75 and look for some support around 134.50. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair closed higher, although this trend is definitely to the downside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 157.93. Look for it to potentially go as low as 154.46. Look for some resistance around 157.05 and look for some support around 155.05. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed down. However, it looks like it's going to same kind of pattern, dip down, then move higher. Look for it to potentially go as high as 0.9126, possibly as low as 0.8817. Look for some resistance around 0.9065 and look for some support around 0.8865. Okay, the German Consumer Price Index for September is being released tomorrow. No time given. Consensus on that is that it's held at 2.4%. Of course, that will affect the euro. We also have the Import Price Index being released by the Germans, which will affect the euro at 2 a.m. Eastern Time for August. Consensus on that is that it's dropped from 7.5% down to 6.7%, which would be negative news for the euro. We also have the U.S. durable goods orders for August being released by the U.S. at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that it has dropped significantly from 4.1% to negative 0.5%. So a very large drop, moving from positive numbers into negative numbers. If that is the case, we could see the U.S. get hit tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye on that. Now, what am I looking for? Well, as I mentioned, as far as trades go, if you look at the U.S. Swiss, you can see how it pushed higher and pulled back over a couple of days, pushed higher, and then has pulled back again. Basically, if we don't get a break of today's session's low around the 0.8919 mark, then I will look to buy in at the 0.9055 mark and look for it to take out, eventually take out this high. It may take a session or two, but to take out the high at 0.9182. So looking to buy 0.9055, looking to exit 0.9182, and putting my stop loss at 0.8919. Now, if this is the low and it pushes higher, I potentially could use this low as my stop loss. But if you notice, we have support here. We have an area of resistance and resistance. So previous resistance equals future support in this case, most likely, and it should turn around and move higher. If it does, we'll look to take that trade. Now, from a risk to reward standpoint, we got about 130 pips and we got about roughly 130 pips as well. So 1-to-1 on that one. Well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.